All right, doing something new today, guys. This will be the first one. Hopefully, we can get one of these knocked out almost every day. But just gonna talk about a topic on my way into the shop. Be a bunch of different stuff, not always motorcycle or car themed, probably, but we'll see how it goes and see if everybody likes it. Get opinions on topics and such. Today, I thought it was quite fortunate that tomorrow Harley is releasing new models, supposedly. Now, they might just be other models with fancy paint jobs, but you never know. And I guess it'll be exciting to see if they surprise us with anything. Because I gotta admit, Harleys are good bikes. Riding one right now. This one's a 99. This is my everyday bike. But Harley is also well known for not doing a whole lot of innovating. Doesn't mean they make bad bikes. Doesn't mean they make good bikes. But they got a formula and they like to stick to it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. From what I've seen from the little teasers and stuff that they've been giving us, I have a feeling it's just going to be more aesthetic than anything else. Probably some new colors, maybe some new features. I don't think we'll see anything crazy tomorrow. And then once they do release, we'll probably talk about them Thursday or something, after I've had a chance to go over everything. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, the newer stuff they've come out with, the Pan America, surprisingly, I like that bike a lot. I got to test ride one a couple months back, and it was really comfortable, and the power on it was pretty decent. Much different riding position than you usually have on a Harley, obviously, since it's more of an adventure bike. But I was pleasantly surprised with it. I will admit that. Colors were limited, so I'm assuming that in this new product release, they're probably going to have a few more color options on that bike. That's going to be one of the things. Almost certain of it. But I think they've got something with some CBO stuff. Also a good bike, rides great. It's just your genuine Harley, if you will. The formula that they've had since Big Twins on day one. But like I said, we'll see. They may surprise us with something new. I always thought that Harley was always behind the 8 ball when it comes to bringing new things to the market to try and what's the word I'm looking for? Expand its client base. I mean, Harley riders genuinely are one type of rider. Mostly only cruisers. I mean, you got guys on Dynas and stuff that like to have a good time, obviously. But that being said, when they owned Buell back in the day, that was kind of their little foray into the sport bike market. Didn't do the greatest. I mean, the Buells were good bikes. I think Harley just didn't see the profit margins they were looking for with that nameplate. That's why they ended up sending it down the road. But now Buell's back. They seem to be doing pretty good. I really like the Super Cruiser and the what do they call it? The Hammerhead that they've got. Seem like pretty nice bikes, and I think they're also doing an adventure bike soon, and they're gonna branch out into the market as far as model options go. But at the same time, I guess it comes into a thing where, if you've got a group that's making you money, you know, do you really want to get out of that market too much? And we definitely saw it with the live wire. That was one of those, I don't know what you would call it, just a cash grab, in my opinion. They didn't need the electric market, but they decided to give it a shot anyway. I've heard people say that it rides good and it's fast as hell, apparently. Super stable. I've never ridden one personally, but it is what it is. But at the same time, it's one of those things. Can you fault them for trying something new? I don't know. I think any company that engages in any kind of power sports or that caters to, a select group of people, like guys that like to ride bikes or dirt bikes, ATVs, UTVs, snowmobiles, stuff like that, you kind of have to be willing to try new things and bring something to the market that's different. But I guess the hard part about that is always making sure that it stays true to the core philosophy of the company and all that. That's like, I know Harley did try a snowmobile at one point, and I think it was horrible in sales. Nobody bought it. They didn't make that many because of it, so they're kind of rare. I think that was in the AMF era, though, so that's, probably not the best example trying new things, because AMF had their fingers and everything, but it's one of those things, why not try again? I don't know, but it's just interesting to think about things that Harley could be doing instead of just pretty much focusing on one group. I think they're trying, maybe. The Sportster S is different than the Sportsters of old, I guess you could say. Definitely a lot sleeker. It kind of reminds me of like a little cafe racer right off the block, but still trying to be the classic sporty bobber look, I guess. Not to say that it's not bad looking. It's a good looking bike. The RevMax engine's decent, so. But you never know. Like I said, we'll see tomorrow. I think there's only 3 things that they're unveiling, really, bike-wise. Now, there might be a few options and packages, obviously. But we'll see what happens. In the meantime, what else? Ooh, a constable. Nice ride into work today. It's not too cool, not too hot. Not too cool for Texas, I should say. I think it's only 50. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it always seems hard to expect something new from Harley because they don't really do anything crazy. And I always thought that Harley has the weight. If they really, really wanted to, they could get into the, larger displacement, 4-cylinder sport bike territory. But, that's just me. But at the same time, you don't have a market for it. What are you going to do? You don't want to make anything that you can't sell. Gotta get in front of this guy. But that's the way it goes. There's always opportunity. Same thing with Indian. I know they're new on the market. I don't know if they're ever going to get into anything like that. We'll see. The FTR was pretty sporty. I don't think Harley's even really made anything to compare to that FTR. I mean, I guess the Pan America's close enough. If they made a solely street version. But we'll see. Like I said, you never know. Would be interesting to get something new or cool or something super fancy or special. It's like like a turbocharged option on a bike or something. These Milwaukee 8s seem pretty stout, so I'd like to think it could handle kind of forced induction. We had the XR 750 back in the day. It's kind of a sportier little model. It's just a sportster, but sporty nonetheless. I just want to see something crazy, I guess, is all I ever hope for. I mean, we got the, what was it? CVO-R? I don't remember what it was called, the high performance carbon fiber orange bike. It's only like 1,300 or whatever it made. 3,000? I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. But at the end of the day, it's, a bagger. I don't know why Harley couldn't have put that effort into not a bagger. But, like I said, at the same time, that's what people want. It's crazy how much the performance bagger market's come up just in like the past 5-6 years. I don't think anybody saw a bagger racing competition ever happening. And I mean, they're comparable to MotoGP bikes, I guess, from what I've heard. I don't really watch it a whole lot. But they're bigger, but they're also super powerful, so the extra weight on them kind of doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. But, like I said, man, I don't know. I think Harley needs to... They want to make fast bikes. I think they need to try something super squirrely. You know what I'm saying? I know motorcycle sales are down for everybody right now. I hate that they all immediately went to like electric options and little bicycle things with like electric motor assist. I don't think that's part of the core company. That was simply just to make some money. I know they had, financial issues a while back. Now they got this new guy in charge. Hopefully things start going back to, Harley caring about the customer a little more. If I'm going to pay a lot of money for a bike, I want it to be as nice as possible for what I'm paying. So, we'll see. We'll see. Try to keep a positive attitude. Like I said, what's stopping them from trying something new? Especially when it comes to competing on the world market, you know what I'm saying? I heard they were releasing a small motorcycle for like under $6,000 or something. But it was only going to be in like India or something like that. Why can't we get that? Nice little small bike, get people interested in riding. I think it's small enough, you don't even need a motorcycle license to ride it. Sorry about that. Cold weather out today. But I think that's what most of the motorcycle companies need to start focusing on is getting more people into riding. I think that's what Chaos and Octane's all about is we want more people on bikes and on the road. Because riding motorcycles is awesome. May not be the safest thing that you can do, but, you know, taking a riding class, practicing and getting some abilities under your belt goes a long way. Making it, a little safer. But other than that, nothing like it. Feeling the winds, all the smells, temperature changes, knowing that you're the only one in control of what happened. Gotta be a market for that. Yeah. Then the more people there are riding, the more people will understand. People will be more observant. More people to ride with and have fun with. And that's what we really want. Pull into the old shop here. Guess we'll pick this up after the launch. Like I said, that'll probably be Thursday. Who knows what we'll talk about tomorrow.